Alrighty, hello. So last tutorial we talked about just basic stuff with classes. Now we're gonna get into some more stuff. So today we're gonna get into special methods. So in this case, we're gonna start with the special init method. So what is the special init method? This is the special init method. Get rid of this. This is the special init method. What does it mean? So it is called the instantiation operation. Which kind of means calling a class object. So it creates an empty object, but it is useful to kind of create objects with instances customized to a specific initial state. So in this case, we have 4. Yeah. So we have self.sides, but we're not passing in sides. Where's it going to get sides from? Is it still going to work? Yes. Now, if you were to get rid of this, let's just call it stuff. And we print squares.sides. What's it going to get? We're going to get an error. Square has no attribute sides. So you add that init method. It initializes an empty object customized to a specific initial state, which in this case is going to be sides. Yeah, you could also do like another one. Let's just say we're making another one of complex numbers here. Let's do a complex with number 1. So let's get rid of this. Nice. All right, so we have init, self, real part, imaginary part, and then self.r is equal to real part, and then and then you print. We're calling x.num. You might be like, oh, x.num isn't even a thing. Well, it's a complex function. I can get into that. So if I were to what is a complex number? So if I were to print complex of 3 and 4, print this, 3 plus 4j. It's a lot of if you've ever done linear algebra, you should understand this. I don't really get too much into it, but here, I'll just change this. How about that? Let's just say self.num is equal to self.i plus self.r. So self.r plus self.i. So let's just call it that. Call it a day. So now if we call x.num, what are we going to get? We're going to get nothing. You might be like, well, really? Because we're not printing it. Well, yeah. Try this again. Oh, wow, we got it. Almost like I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. So use the init method here. It's going to receive the arguments. In this case, this one. You don't have to pass in arguments, but you can pass in arguments for greater flexibility. So in this case, we're passing in the real part and the imaginary part. This is just like a quick little demonstration, even though it doesn't make sense. We're calling complex with the value of 3.0 and negative 4.5.0. So we're passing in 2 floats into here and here. We have it its object in memory is stored under the value of x in this case. Then we call x.num, which is going to return this. If you were to press x.i, what's that going to get you? It's going to get you the value that we passed in for the value of imaginary part, which is negative 4.5. So again, the init method, you don't need to pass in arguments, but you can for greater flexibility. In this case, we passed in these. So again, you can just get rid of these entirely and then like just have one of these. Let's just say imaginary part is equal to 4 and this one's equal to 5. But we're passing in this. What's this going to do? what's this going to do if we don't have any parameters in here? It's going to throw an error. Nice. But yeah, so now we we print x.I. We could also print num now, since we set its default values in this case. So remember, you can add these parameters for more flexibility. In this case, we're not, but in the previous example, we did. But yeah. We also have some more methods, special methods when it comes to Python. So we have string and repr. So let's just say we have, actually, yeah, let's just do this one right here. So class complex. We have two new methods. We have the one we used in the last one, which we already know about. We also have a repr method, and we also have a string method. Underscore, dunder, in this case, or like any case, these are called dunders, by the way. So double underscore. So the repr, we're going to return complex with a value of 10 and 20. There's just a string there, but we're also in the string, we're going to return a string. I hope that makes sense. So you can see that if we print like the repr method function, then it prints a pair of quotes. So what do I mean by that? If I were to run this, so we have x.complex with a value of 2 and 5 in here, and then string, which is going to go into string of x, and then repr of x. So we're going to get string of x, which is going to be the first one there, and that's going to return self.real, which is going to be this one right here, plus self.I. It's just more complex number stuff. Ignore it. Yeah, and then the repr is just going to return the representation there. So this one, the string is going to return a string. So if you print of type string, it's going to automatically call this string method. If you call of type repr, it's going to automatically call the repr method. You can go over here and pretty sure it's over here, but there's a way to kind of see what it means. What is a repr method in this case? Let me just do like this maybe. Yeah, but kind of ignore that. But yeah, so obviously print the string. It's going to print the string method. The repr is going to print the repr method that we just discussed. But yeah. What does the repr mean? So I'm trying to think about the easiest way to kind of explain this. So the repr methods and the string methods are both reserved in Python, obviously. So the print statement and the string statement. So the print statement, if you were to print x in this case, it's going to call this one again because the print statement uses the string method, and the string method obviously uses the string method, or the repr or the underscore string method in this case. But yeah, I'm not trying to confuse anyone here. Just think about it like this. So the print statement itself will use it by default. It will use the underscore string method, and then you can also do the string with the value of x, and this is also on its own. It's going to use the value of the underscore string, but that's by default, of course. But yeah, so the repr method will obviously use the repr method in its like the repper will obviously use the repper method in the class. But yeah, that's basically some reserved methods in Python there. But yeah, if you guys have any, or guys or girls have any questions below, feel free to drop them below and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. And yeah, if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, like the video. And yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you in the next one.